the course which we say as Cisco SD WAN operation and deployment. The course name is ENSDW, version 1. So basically, it's having a 2 days, course. If you spend, 8 hours, so it's a 16 hours training. But yes, we have divided this training into a couple of weeks. But and it also prescribed some, uh, topics like SD-WAN solution component. What is the SD-WAN solution overview? What are all those SD-WAN components? How we manage those components, right? How we deploy it, right? Like if you want to deploy it via JTP, or if you want to deploy it via manual method, and then how the control plane and data plane works, right? And how it's the routings and other data traffic flows inside that. What are all those templates we are having in the we use in the SD-WAN, like data policy template, centralized policy, local policies. What are the feature templates? What are the device templates? How we attach these device templates to to the devices, and then obviously the SD-WAN overlay routing. What is the OMP routing? How the OMP routes are prepared, I mean propagated, how the data traffic flows. If you want to build the hub and spoke topology, how we can do that. We can also go ahead with we will see that how application awareness routing is done based on the SLA defined per application. So if you have a two link, and if you define the SLA for a particular application, suppose I have an application name XXX, right? And I define that, okay, I want to use this XXX application on a link which has a less than 50 millisecond. So based on your SLA parameter, what SD-WAN does, it calculates the link efficiency. So if the both out of these both links, if any one of them which is having a less than 50 millisecond, the traffic will automatically flow over that link for that application. So we can see that part, how the policies and QS has been applied, right? So these are all the course defined in this exam, not exam, it's Cisco prescribed ENSDW course curriculum. But yes, though this is a very basic course, it doesn't have much detail. But yes, as I said that we have decoupled it to a certain weeks, right? So we will go ahead with deep dive of some of the all some of the topics in that, so that you can learn this course as well, and you can also have some deep dive learning and understanding of these topics. Apart from that, we have a 5 labs in this part. So how to manage and monitor SD-WAN component, how to deploy and verify VH router. Here in this deployment, we can see both method, how the JTP is done and how the manual method is done. And then
yeah, look, sorry to interrupt in between. This would be, I wanted to know the devices. For example, it would be on a Viptela device. Or,
yes, it will be on Viptela device.
okay, fine.
So if I am talking about the Cisco, then it's a Viptela.
Viptela.
Okay.
Okay.
And deploy SD-WAN templates. If you want to deploy, how we deploy it, I'll show you some two scenarios are there. Though it has only 4 or 5 labs, but we have divided these labs into a couple of sub labs, like the deploy and verify SDN routers. The Cisco says only 1 lab, but here we will see how the JTP is done and how the manual method is done. So we have 2 labs here. Deploy SD-WAN templates, only 1 lab is prescribed by Cisco, but we will see around 2-3 labs in that part, right? SD-WAN overlay routing, in this we can have two labs more. So here it's Cisco, as per Cisco outline, here it's having a 5 lab, but we will see around 7 or 8 labs, right? Some of the labs it will be done, we will provide you the credentials to you. You can do that. Only thing you will not able to do that the JTP and manual process. This is I mean, this can only be done by me. But yes, you will get the recordings, and you can I will show you how the JTP and manual installation of the VS router is done. After that, you will have all the templates, and then other labs available for your work. You can do that. Apart from this, we will see all those components. I mean, whatever there is here mentioned. We will see how the traffic flows inside that. What are all components is that? How the packet headers and changes, and how the IPsec tunnel is formed between the VH routers. If we want to change the routing, how we can do that. So there are lots of things. That is why, as per Cisco, they recommend that only 16 days training is done as per their outline. But yes, we have decoupled it and made it for a couple of weeks, so that if any person who is investing some money to learn this technology can learn some more in this regard. Okay. Any question in this part?
No question.
No, it's okay. Yeah, please go ahead. No need.
Okay. So I'll also share you this this course content, so that you can have the topics available. So okay, how that, so that you can be able to see that what are all those topics we have covered till now. Okay. Now, apart from let's talk about what is Cisco Viptela. I'm not going to talk much in detail today, because it's demo classes. So I just want to make you understand that what is with Cisco Viptela, what is their use cases, what are all those benefits are there. So see, Cisco SD WAN Viptela solution is a WAN solution, right? And it is for, it enable enterprise for their digital and cloud transformation. So if any enterprise who has a traditional WAN, and if you want to make a intelligent WAN, we can do ahead via Cisco Viptela. But there were also some previous solutions available, like IWAN, like DMVPN, DNVPN over IWAN. But that IWAN, why IWAN scrapped? It's not now very much used, and the Cisco SD WAN Viptela solution has taken ahead of it. Why it's done? Why? Because in IWAN, most of the configuration are very complex, and you have to do manually configuration. Manual intervention is very much. But here in the Cisco SD WAN solution, you have a controller, right, where you desire your, or where you express your desire, how your WAN should behave, how your routing should be done, and leave the and then leave it. The vManage will take care everything. You only have to do that. Okay, I want my X side traffic to go to Y side traffic, but I don't want to go directly. I want to send it to via data center, right? So if you want this type of functionality, if you are using a IWAN solution, it will be very manual intervention is required. But if you express your desire in vManage, in the controller of the SD WAN, it will be automatically done. So Cisco SD WAN is a WAN solution which provides a digital and cloud transformation for enterprise. So it includes all the routing, security, centralization policy, orchestration facility for all large and medium scale work. So we can also say that Viptela or SD-WAN solution is more comfortable in those scenarios where you don't have requirement of any private network like MPLS. So why I'm saying that, each and every site may or may not be MPLS feasible site. It may be that your service provider may have the MPLS circuit available there, may not be. And even though MPLS is also a secure environment, right? But Viptela is mostly meant for open network like internet. So obviously MPLS is very costly. Its monthly rental is very costly. You will take the services from some of the service provider will manage MPLS link. Some of the service provider, they provide a CE router in your campus, they also manage it, they charge for it. So it's become a very costly solution altogether. But what Cisco says that, take my SD-WAN solution irrespective of any link. It can be LTE, it can be 3G, it can be 4G, it can be 5G, it can be DSL, it can be broadband, it can be lease line, even it can be MPLS. If you have, just take my SD-WAN solution and use that. So most of the time SD-WAN is preferred in open network like internet. So if a company is having and they don't want to invest much on MPLS or a secure private WAN, But still, if they want that they are all corporate or all their sites, they should communicate each other over a secured medium, they can use a Cisco Viptela. So now you will say that if I am using a 4G, 3G or internet, how am I, how I am providing a security? So it's just a IPsec. So Cisco Viptela makes a IPsec full mesh IP, sec tunnel between each of your sites and send the traffic. Only thing you have to define your IPsec parameters there. And it's not like a huge phase 1 and phase 2 IPsec parameter. Only 1 or 2 line IPsec parameter are there. Only you just define it, and it will work automatically. And also, if you are a service provider and if you want,
Alok, sorry to interrupt anything. So
yeah,
each and every devices, whichever is under the maintenance of, under not the maintenance, under a single controller, each of the devices are having an IPsec connectivity between them.
correct, full mesh IPsec connectivity.
Full mesh. Okay.
So now, what are the summary benefits, and and why we deploy the SD-WAN solution? So SD-WAN solution is used in a two environment. One, if you are a service provider or if you are an enterprise. So if you are a service provider, you can create a multi-tenant cloud delivered and secure automated application awareness solution for a WAN environment. I mean, if you are a service provider, you can create a multi-tenant environment. You can host multiple customer in your uh, vManage, and then you can manage their routing, manage their security, everything by your own. So what service provider does, they provide the internet link, they provide all their respective link what the customer is asking for, and they put the VH router in their site, and they provide a multi-tenant vManage solution. So it will be a vManage will be a single, but we can, you know we create a multiple tenant, multiple customer on that part, and then it can respectively manage their own sites. Also, it provides a centralized management and a policy management. So you can create a policy, you can push the policy. I mean, all the control plane, data plane can be managed. So for the control plane, management, we have a separate device we say as a vSmart. And for the tenant creation, policy creation, there is a component we say as a vManage. So we have a, if you want to see the what are all those components, so we have a vManage, we have a vSmart, and we have a vEdge. vEdge are all those routers. It can be a physical router or it can be a virtual router, right? Which they are present on a site.
This controller vManage, this is basically a GUI based.
Yes, it is a GUI based. It's a vManage is installed in any of the server. You see a server, you can say, where you can take a license from the Cisco that suppose you bought a vManage, and Cisco will ship it over any UCS boxes, and then you'll ask for, I have a 500 sites, so provide me a 500 license for a vManage, right? So they will install the all those 500 licenses in the vManage, and then you just take a vEdge and install, and either on via ZTP or either via manual method, you just install it, and it will be get registered to the vManage, and then from the vManage you create all these policies and then push it. vSmart is a control plane controller. It manages the control plane of the all your WAN routing part. I'll let you know later, once you enroll it, and then how they work. So what are all those components, how they are separated to each other, right? So also, SD-WAN is a WAN independent solution and uses mix of MPLS, low cost broadband, or any combination of transport in active method. It is a transport independent overlay that can be used to extend the data center, any branch or a cloud. I mean, you can also, if you are hosting some application in the Azure, or if you are hosting any applications in the AWS, you can put the vEdge there, and then also you can extend your data center on any branch or any cloud. It has a separate control plane and a data plane. Yes, the control plane is managed by vSmart, and the data plane is done by vEdge, right?
Yeah, right.
And this vSmart and vManage, they can be deployed on a cloud or they can be deployed on on-prem. So if you have a data center, you can deploy it. Main important thing is that all they should be able to reach each other. Till the time there is a reachability, it will work properly. So whether you can install it in a cloud, or whether if you want to reduce your data center costing, I don't want to install these all component, and you are mostly a cloud delivered enterprise. Your most of the applications are hosted in a cloud. You have a very less presence in the data center. So then you can obviously install these elements in a cloud, and from there you can manage your all WAN part. Okay.
Okay.
It provides a deep end security by encrypting the data from source to destination, right? So from end to end network, your data will be encrypted. And how they are encrypted? Because they form a full mesh IPsec tunnel, right? SD-WAN solution also able to integrate a network services. Like, let's suppose you have a site 1, you have a site 2, and you have a site 3. And in this site there is a firewall. Now there is a requirement that whenever I want to communicate to from site 1 to site 3, my traffic first should go to site 2, then it will go to the firewall, and then from the firewall it comes to again site 2, and then it goes to site 3. So for a particular type of traffic, if I want that my traffic should go via firewall, or I want my traffic should go via load balancer, I can do that. And then you can integrate this SD-WAN solution with the firewall or load balancer via network services. It not only provides the application awareness policies with a real-time service level management, I say that SLA. So if you have an application say XYZ, and you defined SLA that I will use those link which is having a SLA of less than 50 millisecond, and if and you have a two link 1 and link 2, what SD-WAN will do? SD-WAN will see what is the SLA of these, and if link 1 is having a latency less than 50 millisecond, your XYZ traffic will flow over this link only, right? And obviously you can also SD-WAN solution is also suitable for all the applications which are hosted in a SaaS environment. I mean, software on a service, right? Like Amazon and other stuff, or like a Oracle Cloud. If you are hosting a software as a service, if you are using a software as a service application, then it is very much used, right? So what are some unique features and benefit of the SD-WAN solution? So it is a cloud first architecture, right? So Cisco SD-WAN solution provide a connectivity across enterprise WAN from a single console or a dashboard to connect cloud platform as well as your data center. So if you have a data center, you can very much connected. If you have some applications in a cloud like PaaS, SaaS or as, you can very much connected, and you can do it via multiple number of links, like internet, like any 4G 5G, anything. So it provides a connectivity between your data center, between your cloud platform, between your sites, I mean, right? And keeping the reliability, efficiency, and speed uh, at a very good pace. And all those your applications, I mean, all those applications which are hosted in your cloud environment, they can be very much deployed via SD-WAN vManage console. So vManage is a controller through which you can configure and you can monitor your SD-WAN solution. So with the help of SD-WAN vManage console, you can deploy your applications over IaaS, PaaS and SaaS environment, and also you can automate it. Second thing, it provides a robust security. Robust security means, as I said, it is having a IPsec tunnel. It is having a IPsec tunnel, right? So it provides a deep, encryption of your data, right? And also it also helps in providing firewall services. You can also use IPS, you can also use URL filtering, you can also use DNS monitoring. So all those security features which are currently available in market, we can very much use and integrate with our SD-WAN solution, right? And these SD-WAN and security solutions, they are easily applied on devices, your campus, branches, for mobile users, like your as solution, SaaS solutions, your data center or a private cloud, right? All these are they can take a benefit of that part. And what are all those services? Security services: firewall, IPS, DNS security, URL filtering, right? But yes, these are more a part of SD-WAN advanced topic. Now, with the help of SD-WAN advanced analytic and dashboard, so this is your vManage dashboard. So once you log into the vManage, you will see the vManage dashboard. Here you can say how many VSs are there. I mean, what is the which is your least performing application. So in under application, you will see that. You will also see that where all your V edges are deployed. So it will show you WAN performance, right? What are all applications which are using most of the bandwidth. So here you can see what are all applications which they are using a most more bandwidth, right? Which of your tunnel is how your tunnel is performing. I mean, latency on each tunnel you will see here. So this is a very good automated dashboard which is having which is programmed with machine learning and artificial intelligence, and it has a very good telemetry services. So based on your link, based on your tunnel behavior, like bandwidth, speed, latency, and other stuff, it calculates or capture all those components, and then it it calculates it, and then based on the calculation, whatever it has a result, based on those results, it displays on a dashboard. And on those based results, it follows the best performed SD-WAN link to send your traffic. So basically, while calculating the link behavior or link performance, it uses a BFD protocol. I'll come later on that part, how BFD works, what are all those samples, how many samples it takes to calculate. So there is a timer and samples, we do that. Okay, so this is how your SD-WAN, how it provides security, how they provide analytics dashboard, how they provide a cloud first architecture, what are all those benefits are there in the SD-WAN solutions.